Soup has been through all of my basic groundwork stuff, and now it's time to saddle him after a little fly spray. I've had him exactly a month at this point, and he has learned how to be caught easier. He leads pretty decently. He wants to be very soft on the lead. He has figured out how to lunge with quality. I've worked on flagging, and I work on bagging right after this clip. And he has worked on being able to pick me up from the fence. I wondered if I could just saddle him here, so I played around with the blanket. But he wanted to have a pretty big reaction to the blanket here. He goes to kind of run me over, so I slap him on his side. And then I pick my blanket back up and just work on regular desensitizing stuff. This horse was supposedly broke, but if he was actually broke, or at least started, he shouldn't have responded to the blanket that way. Either he hasn't had very great handling, or he's just not broke. When the blanket gets up into his flank and cinch area there, he wants to get a little worried and set himself up to run through me. So we fix that. Go on the other side and do the same thing. I want to do all the scary stuff on both sides. So after we got kind of decent with the blanket, I decided to bag him because that was something that I hadn't done with him yet. And then after bagging, we step into the second clip in this video where I actually saddle him. He needed a little bit more preparation before I just jumped right into saddling him. He's pretty good about it right there. Now this is after bagging, where I actually go to saddle him. So this is the same day, about 20 minutes later. See, he kind of wants to shoulder into me there. Remember, he had just gotten quiet about the blanket, so it's almost like it's a brand new thing going into it again here. But he does settle faster. Go to grab my saddle. This is one of my using saddles, and I had the cinches kind of tore apart on it, so it takes me a second to get it set up for him. Throw the saddle on, and he's pretty worried, but he doesn't offer to leave. Let my cinches down. The back cinch was off of this saddle. I had it hanging on the other side. So I had to get all that put together before we could carry on. He waits patiently for me. Supposedly this horse has been saddled before, but it's pretty hard getting an older horse that you don't know how they've been handled or what all they've seen. So I tend to just treat them like a colt and go through my regular rigmarole. I have a really hard time trusting other people's training with horses. I've had some pretty bad experiences assuming that people had done a decent job with starting stuff. So I'm a little touchy about the subject. I like to do my own work and make sure that the horse is actually good instead of trusting someone's word. Notice this horse, his head is jacked around towards me. This horse is extremely flexible, and he's very comfortable having his head at a 90-degree angle to his body. I ask him to send out on the circle and disengage, and then praise him. Look for him to step fronts. That's fairly decent right there. When he offers a good step, then I quit and praise. Ask him to change sides. Look for his hip. Front end again, the other direction. Praise. I make sure that my cinches are tight enough. If he did flip out, I don't want my saddle to roll or move around on him. Send him out on the circle. He's pretty tight here. And he tries bucking, but I don't know what that is. It's like a fish trying to swim on land. He's just really tight, trying to run off. And then realized that he wasn't getting anywhere and settled pretty quickly. Change directions. Same thing. Send him out on the circle. He kind of wants to face up and quit. That movement, though, was really goofy. I haven't seen one tried to buck like that. Once he figures out he can't buck or run off effectively, he gets pretty nice here. I just try to keep him moving. Change directions again. He wants to be really soft on the lead, even when he's in trouble, when he's feeling pressure. Didn't really want to change directions right there, so I just made it uncomfortable for him until he offered to move off of my pressure. Just trying to get him untracked a little bit, then praise him. Then we step into the next video. Thanks for watching.